As I said in my previous video, we'll be learning about inheritance in this video. Okay, we'll be learning about inheritance. Okay, so what is inheritance? Let me show you a figure. Okay, over here personal info is a class. Okay, student info is also a class, teacher info is also a class, but student info and teacher info are inheriting some of the properties from personal info. Okay, so this is called inheritance. Okay, this personal info will be called your parent class. Okay, and your student info and teacher info are called your child classes. Okay, now why we are doing so? Okay, if we look into personal info, okay, PID, P name, P underscore contact, P underscore sex, and P underscore DOB. Okay, this may be same for student info and teacher info. Okay, these attributes, okay, may be same for student and teachers. Okay, now apart from that, okay, your student info may have additional attributes like s underscore id, which is the student id, s underscore class, which is the student class, and s underscore guardian, which is the guardian. Okay, and teacher info may have tid, which is the teacher id, t underscore spouse, which is the spouse information, and t underscore qualification, which is the qualification of the teacher. Okay, now had been this put into personal info underscore something like student, and you put everything inside there. Okay, and again personal info underscore teacher info and put everything there, adding tid, t underscore spouse, t underscore qualification. This particular information would have been repeated in both of these classes. Okay, so to make it more modular and reusable, we use inheritance, so that whatever are common attributes are placed in a parent class, and the child class inherit those attributes. Okay, and methods which are manipulating those attributes. Okay, so personal info is the parent class, student info and teacher info are child classes which are inheriting the attributes and the methods of personal info. Now student info will have all these attributes and the method, teacher info also will have all these attributes and the method here. Okay, so this is what inheritance looks like. Okay, so we'll be looking into practically how to do this in Python now. Okay, over here, okay, I'm declaring and defining a parent class here, class info. Okay, this is the underscore doc underscore, okay, which is the document, and here I'm saying student cnt underscore equals to 0, teacher underscore cnt equals to 0. Okay, these are the global variables. Now I'm initializing. Okay, I'm running the constructor, which is your underscore init underscore method. Okay, and in this method I'm initializing the variables, okay, that I'm going to attributes that I'm going to use, okay, as null. Okay, and here I'm defining a method, okay, which will accept the values. Okay, and as we learned in the earlier session, what I'm doing here is I'm creating a string, okay, by combining all these values that I've accepted into a string, and I'm opening a file, okay, in append and read mode. Okay, and I'm writing the information here, okay, into the file, and I'm closing it here. Okay, and this is just the displaying of the information. Okay, so this is a parent class that I'm declaring. Okay, I have written a parent class here. Okay, now this is the child class, Here I'm only declaring one of the defining and declaring one of the I'm declaring and defining one of the child class here, which is your student info. Okay, but what I'm doing here is student info, and within the bracket, normal bracket, I'm putting in the personal underscore info. Now what this does is, what it means is, student will info will underscore info will inherit all the attributes and the methods, okay, in personal underscore info. Okay, now child class to store child id class and guardian. So this is a child class to store the student id class and the guardian information. Now in the init method, okay, the initialization method or the constructor, okay, I'm initializing self.sid, okay, and self dot underscore s underscore class as class, okay, whatever uh, whatever values I'll be passing as parameter to personal info. Okay, here I'm just writing a method, okay, record underscore student underscore info, okay, and over here what I'm doing is I'm creating a string with the values that I had passed here in this class, okay, and I'm trying to write it to a file. Okay, see, I created the string and I'm now creating a file object, okay, open, then I'm opening student underscore info underscore record dot csv in append and read mode, then I'm writing the string to this file, okay, which is your student info student underscore info underscore record, and I'm closing the file here. This is just displaying the information, okay, of the student, and I'm saying print total number of student, which is personal info dot student underscore cnt. Here you see in the constructor, okay, or underscore underscore init underscore underscore method, okay, what I'm doing is I'm saying personal info, okay, dot student underscore cnt plus equals to 1, okay, which means increase student underscore cnt, okay, in personal info by 1 for every instantiation of student info class. Okay, so over here I'm instantiating the child class, okay, you already know it, okay, we are already done it. So s1 equals to student info 1 comma VII comma Jerry. So this information will go down here, okay, this one, okay, SID, S class and S underscore guardian, okay, and now see my S1 is only a instantiation or instance of student info, okay, but here I'm saying S1 dot record underscore personal underscore info, okay, so this is from the parent class. Okay, see S1 don't have the student info, okay, do not have record underscore personal underscore info, okay, see there is that it isn't here, but it is in the personal info. So what this means now is this method in personal underscore info is now available in student underscore info instance. Okay, so s1 dot record underscore personal underscore info. So what this does is it will perform this execution. Okay, so it will ask for p underscore id, p underscore name, p underscore contact, p underscore sex, p underscore dob, and write it into the file that is personal info underscore record dot csv. Okay, And at the same time, again I'm saying s1 dot record underscore student underscore info, which is this one, okay, which is in the student class itself. So it will take these values, okay, and accordingly perform the action to store it in a file called student underscore info underscore record dot csv. Okay, so this is all what is happening. So let me try to execute one by one. Let me execute this one first. Okay, okay, it's working. This one, the child class, it's also working. Now let's instantiate over here. This is being executed now. Personal dot record underscore personal underscore s1 dot record underscore personal underscore info, okay, which is this one. Okay, so here we are accepting the values. So it's asking person id, let's say 1, name, let's say Jimmy, contact, let's give something, okay, 6, let's say male, okay, let's say July. Okay, I'm just giving July. Okay, I'm not giving the full month and year and date. Okay, so let's see what happens. See, this is from the up to here, okay, is from your personal underscore info, and this is from the your from the student underscore info. Okay, now we should have two files created, okay, which is student underscore info underscore record dot csv and your personal underscore info underscore record dot csv files. Okay, so let's check. Here you go. Okay, let's check the data. Here you go. Okay, I had entered 1 Jimmy and then a male July. Okay, here 1 PII Jerry. Okay, so this can be executed multiple times. Okay, so what happens, let's just see what happens. Okay, so what happens to all this information. Okay, so let me execute again. 2, let's say DWAYN. Okay, contact, let's give something. Okay, let's take female, let's take AUGUST August. Okay, see, yeah, so ID is 2. Okay, and this is the student information. Okay, sorry, I passed 1 again, which is wrong. Okay, which might have not wrong, but which I should have changed actually. And now see here, you see total student 2. Okay, that means your this variable, okay, has been increased every time you are instantiating the child class. Okay, because in the child class constructor I'm telling it to increase it by 1 every time. Okay, so once it is instantiated, it will increase by 1 every time. Okay, now this is a simple method. Okay, let's give here 3. Okay, let's give here 7, and let's give here Krishna. Okay, so let me execute again. Okay, I give 3 here, I give Jerry, Jenny, okay, something, okay, female, June, okay, here. Okay, so this information is stored in the file and this information is stored in the file. Okay, let's check them out. Person info, see, 2, 3, yeah, Jenny, and then student record. Okay, sorry, student record has gone onto the same line. Okay, I know the reason. Okay, it's because I've not added a new line here. Okay, yeah, here I've not added a new line in this one. Okay, so I should have plus slash n. Okay, then now it will go into a new line. Okay, so this is all how you do it. Now see, maybe this is just a concept. Okay, now you may want to do all this whatever I'm doing here, no, over here. Okay, you may want it to do inside the constructor, or you may want to do it outside the constructor. Okay, in the here, over here itself. Okay, before instantiating, accept the values and pass the values into the class. Okay, here you can say p underscore id comma p underscore name comma p underscore contact, okay, comma p underscore dob. Okay, and accordingly assign these values, and when you instantiate this class, okay, you need to pass the parameters here, and accordingly it will take those parameters. Okay, if you want to accept outside, and suppose you want to add 10 students, okay, you can or so let's say for example you want to add multiple students, you can just say for x in range, let me take 2. Okay, okay, so over here what is happening is I'm going to, let me put it like this, let me put x here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is for x in range 2, okay, execute this part. Okay, so now what is going to happen, let's check. Okay, number 4, okay, enter Susan. Okay, contact, let's give something, sex female. Okay, let's give AUGUST August. Okay, sorry, it's giving some error. Oh, sorry. Okay, over here the problem is with the, you need to convert this into a string. Okay, okay, here I can do it str of x. Okay, okay, let's take 4 5 Susan, let's take contact number 333 6 female. Okay, and DOB AUGST August. Okay, let's see, it's asking one more time. It's asking again. Let's take 6, let's take Jimmy. Okay, let's take contact 4444. Okay, 6 male, DECEMB December. Okay, so it asks me 2 times. Okay, now if you check the information, okay, what you will see is, see, you will see to added 2 times. Okay, here you go. Okay, Krishna, 1 Krishna, here 0 Krishna. Okay, because x is starting from 0. Okay, so this is how it happens. Okay, so I will end here today, and in the next class in the next tutorial video I'll be explaining some more information related to class. Okay, like decorators and some inbuilt variables. Okay, and as well as how to make a variable private and public in Python. Okay, it's different as compared to Java and C++. Okay, so I will be discussing that in the next class. After that we'll jump into NumPy. Okay, so until next video, see you then. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.